Hi, welcome to KEXP-VISION, day 2 of our 2-day special event and fundraiser benefiting nonprofit listener-powered KEXP. We are highlighting some of our favorite sessions from the past decade, and we're doing deep dives, behind-the-scene moments. We have special guests and a whole lot more on our second day here. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP. I have a show on Saturdays noon to 3. Obviously, I'm not on the air right now because I am here with you on this YouTube channel, joined by my good friend, Cheryl Waters. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here with me today. We have a really fun day lined up for you. Cheryl and I have picked some of our favorite YouTube sessions from over the years that we're excited to share with you and some stories about. Cheryl, we're going to be talking about how you book in studios. You've been the live session booker for many, many years at KEXP. We're also going to be doing a Spanish language and Latin music session deep dive with DJ Chili and Albina from El Sonido. Also, Cheryl, one of your favorite people you're going to chat with today.
Yeah.
Stu from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And we are going to be checking in with Kevin Cole about some of his favorite sessions from our decade at Iceland Airwaves Festival, and many more surprises throughout the next 3 hours. But we are also here because we are nonprofit and listener powered, and the way that these live sessions continue here at KEXP is because of people like you giving a gift to KEXP to support that. So you can do that right now at kexp.org/give, right, Cheryl?
Absolutely. If you're able, we would love to hear from you. And if you've been enjoying these live in studio sessions and you've ever wondered, how is it that they're able to create all this great content? And I think of a band that I love and I go online and the YouTube page, and usually KEXP has an in-studio session with them. How does that happen? Well, we're an independent arts organization, a radio station here in Seattle. We have a worldwide audience, and we love to turn people on to new music, help you discover your next favorite band. And we are supported by people who enjoy that resource. So if you're able, you can go to kexp.org/give and support the continued discovery of your next favorite band. And when you want to see a video of an artist that you love, you can continue to count on it by supporting that. You can do that today with a gift. A lot of people don't know that's how we're supported.
Yeah, and you are also supporting these artists, especially during the pandemic, when they're not able to tour in a way that they can still connect with you, people who are fans of them, is through these live on KEXP at home sessions that we've been able to do during this time. So all of that is made possible with your support. You're paying it forward for all of these artists and for all of these videos that you've been enjoying on KEXP for the past decade. You can get involved for as little as $6 a month if you'd like to give monthly. We have awesome thank you gifts that we can hook you up with as well if you give $6 a month. Just for this YouTube drive, we have a very special limited edition KEXP logo enamel pin, which is super cool, so you can wear that. If you give $10 a month, we have a KEXP t-shirt that has that KEXP-VISION logo in the top corner. Oh, there's an example of the t-shirt. We love that. For $20 a month, you can get the KEXP hoodie. And do we have an example of that? This t-shirt again. There we go. Hoodie. Yeah. Looks awesome.
There we go.
And we also have a KEXP mask that you can get at $10 a month as well. If you give $15 a month, you get the mask and the t-shirt. So lots of thank you gifts that we can hook you up with. But the important thing is to get involved and support these live session videos by giving online at kexp.org/give. And we're also going to be thanking everybody who gives during this next 3 hours. So if you want us to say your name and thank you personally, they are letting us know and we will say your name. So drop a comment as well. But we have a stacked day lined up for you, and we want to start this whole thing off by some of my and Cheryl's favorite sessions. And let's kick it off with one of Cheryl's picks. Cheryl, you hosted this one last year. You want to set this up?
Absolutely. I am such a fan of this band, Black Pumas. And boy, they hit the scene, and I just couldn't stop playing this record. And Adrian Quesada is in this band, and he's a producer and a musician down in Austin, Texas. And he's been making music for years and years. He has bands, Grupo Fantasma. He's in Brownout and other bands, and he's worked with so many great artists like Prince and GZA of the Wu-Tang. And then he got together in Black Pumas with an artist who made his way from California to Austin. And thank goodness they met. And I'm so excited that Eric Burden and Adrian Quesada and the band Black Pumas were able to come into the studio. It was one of the sessions I was most excited about after I discovered that album and couldn't stop playing it when we had them on the calendar. It's just like the date seemed like it was never going to come around, never going to come around. And when they finally were in the studios, it was really magical, as you will see.
Yes, this is Black Puma's Fire on KEXP-VISION.
Hi, this is Katie Crutchfield. Some of you know me as Waxahachie, and I'm just here to talk a little bit about KEXP. You know, they've been so supportive and cool to me since pretty much the beginning of my career, and you know, it's a place I always go to, their YouTube, to find out about new music. It's sort of like the high watermark of radio sessions in a lot of ways, and that live room is it's really full of a lot of magic, and I know a lot of you guys think so too. So please support them throughout their fund drive. You can go to kexp.org/give, and give money if you can, and subscribe to their YouTube. And yeah, thanks.
Loving you, baby, when you're holding me, baby, I feel so real. Oh, baby, when you're kissing me, baby, ooh, it feels so real. Oh, baby, all my life I've been searching for love, moaning for love, giving everything I know. Oh, baby, when you touch me, baby, my heart skips a beat. Loving you have meant everything to me. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Every night when I look into your face, I know, baby, I know it's you that make my life complete. Loving you, baby. Oh, I can't get enough of you, baby. Can't get enough of you. I was crying when I felt your love. This time I know it's for real, baby. No more bad dream, baby. No more afraid to open the door, let you in.
Hi, we're Sunflower Bean, and for artists our age, KEXP sessions are sort of a rite of passage. And we were so excited when we were able to finally do one, and people tell us all the time that that's where they first discovered our music, and we're also huge fans of watching them ourselves. So if you have the funds or the time, you could go to kexp.org/give and donate to this great station. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sunflower Bean. And thank you for watching KEXP-VISION. Oh, Cheryl, that Charles Bradley session was so good.
Be still my heart. And when he said, I love you over and over at the end, he really meant it. Charles Bradley was one of a kind. And we are so fortunate to have discovered him very early in his career. He had such a life that he lived, and he was so generous and grateful to KEXP with his time. He's performed many, many times live on KEXP, and that was from our very first session with him in March 2011. We were down in Austin broadcasting from Mellow Johnny's Bike Shop during South by Southwest, and No Time for Dreaming, his first studio album, had just come out, and we were so lucky to discover him early in the career when people were just starting to find out who he was. He had been performing for 20 years at that point, doing small shows. He was a James Brown impersonator for a while. But I'll never forget, at that performance was the first of many times I met him in person. He gave me one of those Charles Bradley hugs that everyone loved him so much for. But we were about 5 minutes before we were going live on the air, and you can see what a big crowd was gathered there. And Kevin Cole, one of our DJs, was across the room DJing live. We were 5 minutes to airing the live set. And he asked me, go find out what the name of the band is that's backing him, because they sounded great in the sound check, and we want to put that on the playlist. And I made my way through the crowd, and I wanted to ask him a question really quick and then make my way back to the crowd and tell Kevin. And he grabbed my hand and sat down on a speaker with me and proceeded to tell me the story of his life.
Oh.
It was amazing. He was such a genuine, warm soul, and you can see that come out through his music. And I feel so lucky. I didn't know at the time that that would be the beginning of a long relationship that KEXP had with Charles Bradley. And that's the kind of discovery that we have at the station and the kind of connection that we have with the artists. And we're so happy to share these incredible performances with such a wide audience. We have millions and millions and millions of viewers around the world. And the way that we're able to continue to capture all this amazing one-of-kind content is through support from people who are enjoying the content. So if you can make a gift in any amount at kexp.org/give, you can make sure that we can continue to discover the next Charles Bradley. I mean, how exciting is that going to be? Think of all the artists that you've enjoyed watching. And I want you to know the reason we're able to continue to create these amazing sessions is through your support. So right now you can make a gift as little as $6 a month to support what you love through this great music and this great discovery of your next favorite artist. $6 a month is a great way to support KEXP and all these great videos.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to Katie from Waxahachie for sending in that nice message too. Just like Katie said, having these live performance videos available really helped her launch her career as Waxahachie and helped her tour around the country and build an audience as well. So you're supporting all of these artists when they're able to have these amazing videos that you can watch on YouTube. So I hope you will support as a monthly donor at $6 a month at kexp.org/give. You saw Kikagaku Moyo from their triple door session. Sometimes for donors, we have these very special VIP shows in larger venues at a venue in Seattle called the Triple Door specifically. And Kikagaku Moyo were nice enough to take an afternoon before playing their show that night to play that show for KEXP donors. That was wonderful. And Black Pumas with Fire. I am Morgan. I am joined by Cheryl Waters. This is KEXP-VISION. This is the first time we're ever doing this. This is our second of 2 days, bringing you the best in KEXP sessions from the past decade, sharing some memories. We're going to have some special guests as well, and hoping that you will give online at kexp.org/give. Some people just did. Cheryl, Neil in Los Osos, California just did.
Thanks, Neil.
Yeah, thank you so much. We had an anonymous donor in Baltimore, Maryland, and an anonymous donor in Vineyard, Utah. Thank you so much. If you'd like us to shout you out during this next couple of hours, you can give online at kexp.org/give, and they'll let us know, and we will thank you very much for supporting all of these sessions. So let's actually get back into some more videos, Cheryl. You picked this next one. I think this happened around Halloween, which we are almost at Halloween right now. What is this one?
We are. So this one happened in 2014, and it was actually on Halloween, and it was one of the first times that we had this artist in studio. Another great example of someone that we discovered early in their career who absolutely blew up, is one of my favorite artists of all time right now. And enjoy this one from Courtney Barnett.
This is Pedestrian at Best on KEXP Vision.
It all depends whether I'm up, I'm down, I'm on the man, transcending all reality. I like you, despise you, admire you. What are we gonna do when everything all falls through? I must confess I made a mess of what should be a small success. I digress, at least I try my very best, I guess. This, that, the other, why even bother? It won't be with me on my deathbed, but I'll still be in your head. Put me on a pedestal and I'll only disappoint you. Tell me I'm exceptional, I promise to exploit you. Give me all your money and I'll make some origami, honey. I think you're a joke, but I don't find you that funny. My internal monologue is saturated analog. It's scratched and drifting. I've become attached to the idea. It's all a shifting dream, bittersweet philosophy. I've got no idea how I even got here. I'm resentful, I'm having an existential time crisis. What bliss, daylight savings won't fix this. Underworked and oversexed, I must express my disinterest. The rats are back inside my head, well if I said, put me on a pedestal and I'll only disappoint you. Tell me I'm exceptional, I promise to exploit you. Give me all your money and I'll make some origami, honey. I think you're a joke, but I don't find you that I wanna wash out my mind with turpentine, cyanide. I dislike this internal diatribe when I try to catch your eye. I hate seeing you crying in the kitchen. I don't know why it affects you like this and you're not even mine to consider. Erroneous, harmonious, I'm hardly sanctimonious. Dirty clothes, I suppose we all outgrow ourselves. I'm a fake, I'm a phony, I'm awake, I'm alone, I'm holy, I'm a Scorpion. Put me on a pedestal and I'll only disappoint you. Tell me I'm exceptional, I promise to exploit you. Give me all your money and I'll make some origami, honey. I think you're a joke, but I don't find you that fine. Put me on a pedestal and I'll only disappoint you. Tell me I'm exceptional, I promise to exploit you. Give me all your money and I'll make some origami, honey. I think you're a joke, but I don't find you that funny.
You want to play a couple songs?
Not really, but we will if you want us to.
I would prefer it. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Like right now on air and everything?
Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
This is King Tough, coming to you from some really good-looking trees. And I wanted to talk to you about KEXP, how it's the best radio station on planet Earth. And I've just been thinking about some of the times that I played there. One performance sticks out in my mind when I played with Ty Segall in the Muggers. Had to be one of the high points of my career. If you watch the session, you'll see why. Cheryl was just the best sport. When Ty was wearing a baby mask, drooling on himself, asking her to be his new mommy. And yeah, I just we have to do a lot of radio sessions as musicians, and you have to get there early. It always sounds weird. It's, you know, it can be kind of a drag sometimes, but KEXP is totally different. You always look forward to the session. You know it's gonna sound good. The vibe's gonna be good. And it's just, you know, it's just a step above everything else. So I just want to strongly suggest supporting them and going to kexp.org/give and making a donation, subscribing to their YouTube and all that good stuff. And yeah. Hi, Cheryl. Miss you. I hope to see you again someday.
Hi, I'm Ty Segall. Don't be a wiener. Support KEXP at kexp.org/give.
Oh, that brings
thank you, Ty.
such memories. You know, that was the first session that we live streamed from the studio that you and I are sitting in right now, which was so fun. Not only are we creating this content, these videos, and posting them on YouTube for people to enjoy for whenever they want, but we live stream some of them in real time, and that's super exciting.
Yeah, that was, we weren't even open to the public in this building yet, and it was before all of the lights that you see in the background too. So that was very early into our being in this building. And of course, that session is legendary now because it's when Ty asked you to be his mommy, and it became official that day.
Yeah, some people think that I am actually Ty's mother because they go back and he created an ID for me, which I play on my radio show sometimes. And people think that I'm his mom, which I love. I would love to be Ty Siegel's mom. But if you enjoy sessions like that, that's exactly what we're talking about. And we hope that you'll support it with a gift right now at KEXP.org/give. You can make a gift for as little as $6 a month. And if you want and you're inspired, make a gift of $30 a month. Think about all of the videos that you watch and that you enjoy. And if you watch one a day, the equivalent of it, that'd be like $1 a day. Or you could just blow it out and make a gift of $1,000 right now if you wanted. Just think about how much music means to you. And just know that we're an independent listener, watcher supported station. And that's how we're able to stay on the air and keep bringing all of this great music to you. So thank you for making those incredible sessions possible. And watching that Ty session just made me think about how much we love music, and we're just so excited to share it with people. And a lot of people don't know that most of our sessions are live, and we started doing that because we just built up this video program. We started about 15 years ago, and it was a lot of volunteers. Our video crew is amazing, and a lot of them are here from the very beginning. They created this program, and artists look at the videos that we create and the quality of it, and they're totally blown away. And a lot of our videographers are self-taught and just passion behind what all of us do here. And it's the same kind of passion that you have for music. And I hope that it's evident. And we have to do them live because at the beginning, we're just on nuts and bolts, and we're a nonprofit. So we're just spending every single dollar on creating great content and sharing it with listeners. And so we do a lot of these live because it's just less expensive to do it that way, less staff, less resources used. But what we found, and it's very rare in radio to do these kinds of things live, but what we found out was that we had kind of a happy accident, which is the excitement and the energy is palpable in the room when you just don't know what's going to happen. And that Ty Siegel session with the Muggers is probably one of the best examples that we have of that. You know, I was so excited to have him live in studio. We'd had him live from Pickathon, this amazing festival in Oregon, a couple of times, or we recorded sessions with him. But this was the first time he was going to be in the studio. I was going to get to do an interview with him. I did so much prep. I'm such a big fan. I had so many questions that I wanted to ask him, and he stayed in character in that baby. So I was asking him questions, and he was just going, and he wouldn't even tell me the names of the people in the band. And if you know that band, you know that every single player in that band is an incredible musician. Kyle's in King Tough, Corey's in Wand, and Michael Cronin was there, Emmett was there. They all have incredible bands of their own, and he wouldn't introduce anyone, and he totally stayed in character. And I just had to roll with it. And then he gave me something that seemed like it was maybe a piece of candy, maybe it was going to be a psychedelic treat. I didn't know what it was, and I just hesitantly took it, and I just had to roll with it. And that's what I think you love about these KEXP sessions. That's what I love about them.
Yeah, those magic moments are only made possible with your gift, because that's how we're able to do this. So if that's something you appreciate, give online at kexp.org/give right now. And that's what King Tough was mentioning, you being a great sport. So that was nice of King Tough to send us a message and say hi and ask you to show your support to KEXP as well at kexp.org/give. You also saw Manor Astro Man, the song DEFCON 5. That was, and you saw a baby me at the beginning of that. That was literally, I'm pretty sure it was the third session I ever hosted as a brand new DJ. And that could have been a very tough session for me because, oh man, they put me through the ringer. They tried very, very hard to mess with me the entire time, but somehow I was on my game that day and gave it right back to them. A really funny thing that happened in that session was the drummer kept telling me that he stole something from our building, and if I could guess what it was, he would give it back. And they were playing a song and they finished, and it was a false ending, and I didn't know that, and they didn't warn me, but it was like a very long pause. And so I came back on and started like back announcing that song, and he was like, "We weren't done." And I was like, "Well, you stole something from our building, so I stole the end of your song."
Good one. Good one.
So that was one of my favorite sessions for sure. Oh, so all of those magic moments again are because of you supporting KEXP. It's KEXP-VISION. This is our 2-day extravaganza celebrating some of our favorite sessions. We have guests coming up as well. In a little bit, we're going to be joined by DJs Chili and Albina, hosts of KEXP's Modern Latin Mix show, El Sonido, every Monday.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah, every Monday from 7 to 10 p.m. You can stream that online at kexp.org if you want to check that out. And they're going to be featuring some of their favorite sessions. But first, I want to talk to you, Cheryl. You have a large role here at KEXP. You are the midday show host. You host a lot of these sessions, obviously. Lots of people know you as hosting a lot of these sessions, but you are also the booker of all of these sessions. Can you talk about your role in all of those roles, and how do you go about booking these bands?
Well, I started as a host here in 1994, and in 2005, we started ramping up our in-studio program when we moved into a new home, which is you'll see a lot of these sessions like that Courtney Barnett one, our old home at Dexter and Denny. And we actually had a space to be able to invite artists in. It used to be we would invite them in and maybe they would play an acoustic guitar and gather around the microphone. And it wasn't really great quality, but it was still fun. You know, who doesn't love live music? But we knew that we wanted to create this space for live music in our new home. And in 2005, I started booking sessions, and we ramped up. At one point, we were doing over 500 a year. We were just like drunk with the ability to feature this live music in a way that we'd never been able to do it before. And I ran our video team ragged, poor souls. They were doing like 3 to 4 sessions a day, 7 days a week. And, we were all just high on live music. And that's why we have such an amazing catalog on YouTube. And a lot of you can go down a rabbit hole just starting to watch videos. And then several hours later, you're like, where did the day go? And we're just so proud of what we've been able to accomplish over the last 15 years. And I would say the primary thing I'm thinking about when I want to book an artist is it going to be someone exciting for our audience to see? Is it going to be it's really great to get in at the very beginning of an artist's career, which we've done for so many artists. I mean, Courtney Barnett still, talks about how we were one of the first stations to feature her music. She's never forgotten what a fan we were early on. And we, as music lovers and DJs, are always looking out for our next favorite artist. So if we can get them early in their career and then build a relationship with them, and you can watch them grow and evolve, and, Courtney Barnett, Sharon Van Etten, Jose Gonzalez, The War on Drugs, Charles Bradley, Sharon Jones. So many of those artists are artists that we had at the very beginning, right when their first album came out, or even before their first, albums came out. In the case of Sharon Van Etten and London Grammar, which is one of my favorite sessions of all time. We got them like on their first EP. And then we've watched them grow into huge, great artists and become, very well known. And we're so excited and fortunate to be able to discover them early on. And the extra benefit of that is that our team is absolutely incredible. As Kyle, I'm going to toot our own horn here for a minute and say, as Kyle of King Tuff was saying, when people come here to KEXP, everyone is super friendly, and we're all about the music. We're all about the artists. We try to make them feel like this is a respite on a busy tour stop. We want them to feel relaxed and at home, and just be able to do the very best performance that we can. And I think that that's a lot of the magic behind what we do, is we create a space for the artists to do their best work here. And that's why I think we have some of the best videos, if not the best videos out there. And we have developed a relationship with artists where I know if we can get them in the door, they'll keep coming back forever. And that's so true. And in fact, we have an artist coming up here
Yeah.
Is it too early to talk about the war on drugs?
No, of course not. I was just going to say this next set, you picked some of your very favorites from over the years. What's this next one we're going to watch?
Yeah, these are 3 of my favorite sessions of all time. And these next 2 sessions, well, actually, I would say all 3 are the ones when I'm out and about. I get recognized sometimes out because so many people have watched these videos, and even outside Seattle when I travel. And the ones I am most asked about are these next 3. And the war on drugs, they broke through with their 2014 album, Lost in the Dream, but they had albums before that, and we had them in on their very first album in 2011, and we already had a really great relationship with the band. So by the time they had their sort of breakthrough album in 2014, we were super tight with them, and they were so excited to come in. I think it's one of the best sessions that they've ever done. It's the one that I am most asked about by fans and listeners of the station and of our videos. It's just, and they've been by the station many, many times, and every session's amazing. But this one was super special.
It was very special. So this is An Ocean in Between the Waves from the War on Drugs on KEXP Vision.
Run away, I'm a traveling man. Been working every day. I watch you as you hesitate, walking through the rain. I bet against the company again. They try to redefine everything that I know and love. I gotta know your mind, will be gone. I'm in my finest hour. Can I be more than just a fool, baby? It always gets so hard to see right before the moon. Rising overhead, and there's a moon through the midnight rain. How can I surround myself in time and time again? And how can I be free? I just wanna lie in the moonlight shining. See you in the airline. It never gets too dark to find anybody at any time. I'm at the darkened hillside, and there's a haze in between the trees, baby. And I can barely see you. You're like an ocean in between the waves. Waiting, waiting, storming, storming. I wanna tie on a tone. You got to rise up against it, yeah. Oh shit. Woo!
Hey guys, I'm Phoebe, and I've been listening to KEXP since I was a little kid. Even though I'm from California, my godfather who lived in Seattle would send me the in-studio compilation CDs of bands, and that's how I first heard The National and tons of my favorite bands. And now, being a touring musician, it is one of the joys of playing Seattle is getting to play the KEXP studio. So you should support and donate at kexp.org/give. And if you don't already, please subscribe to the KEXP YouTube channel. Yeah.
Burning by my bed for you here now, and I can feel my instincts here for you here now. By my bed for you here now, here now. is burning by my bed for you. Hey, no. Leave it to the wayside like you do for you. Imagination calling, mirrors for you. Hey, no. Hey, no.
Wow. London Grammar live on KEXP. That song's very powerful on record, but sitting here in the room hearing that, I'm a little taken aback.
Oh,
that was incredible.
thank you. Fuego. Fuego.
Grita fuego, manténlo prendido, fuego, no lo dejes apagar y grita fuego, manténlo prendido, fuego, no lo dejes apagar y grita fuego, manténlo prendido, fuego, no lo dejes apagar y grita fuego, manténlo prendido, fuego, y no lo dejes apagar para allá, y no lo dejes apagar para allá, y no lo dejes apagar.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Chad Van Galen. I've been on KEXP live sessions, and I like doing it because they treat me nice. Check this out. If I keep my nose like this the whole time and then I let it go, it's going to be all crooked. I just went back and checked out some old performances, and I got pretty emotional because my friend Chris Reimer is playing with me on my first KEXP performance. And yeah, so don't throw that out, please. I gotta say, as a fan of KEXP, I prefer a lot of the live performances to the studio, to the album versions. That's how good the engineers are there. They set it up super quick, and it always ends up sounding amazing. So that's how good it is. It's better than the record. So just go check it out. Pledge some money and check it out. Check out my nose. How crooked it is now.
Whoa, his
What a
nose
coup.
really stayed crooked.
I love it. You can watch his videos and see that he's just as silly and fun in those as well. And I want to thank Chad Van Galen for shouting out our team. We have the best engineers, the best video team, the staff overall at KEXP, just all passionate about music. Kevin Suggs, Julia Martlew, Tom Hall, and our old engineers, James Nixon, thank you so much. And just what a fun team it is to work here. And we do treat the artists with such respect. It's a respect that they deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are watching KEXP-VISION. We are looking back on a decade plus of some of our favorite KEXP live sessions. And just going through that list of sessions, you can see us moving from our old space to our new space, seeing the evolution of the two live rooms in between. And stick around. Coming up in a little bit, we actually have a cool little featurette about the evolution of our live room. So stick around for that. But that last session you saw was Bumba Stereo. That was early, Cheryl. That was 2009.
Yeah, that was back in 2009. Yeah, you can see that we were just figuring out what we were going to do with that live space, and then we eventually hung some Christmas lights and some
beads,
some cheap fabric from IKEA, and ended up making that iconic sort of dot light thing that we've now evolved to this beautiful space that we have here. It's fun to watch those old ones, and I love that Bomba Stereo session. They've done a number of sessions here, but that one was just magic. It was like on fire, and they gained such a huge following in Seattle from doing that session that we had for a long time, and maybe still their biggest fan base in the United States in Seattle because of doing that session. But then because our videos became a worldwide phenomenon, people started discovering them online. Of course, people all over the world have become fans of Bomba Stereo and so many of the bands that we feature on KEXP. That is so worth supporting with a gift. You may not know, but we are an independent, listener-powered arts resource. And the reason we're able to make these incredible, one-of-a-kind videos is through the support of people who use them, who enjoy them, who watch them. So if you can make a gift in any amount right now at kexp.org/give, that would be amazing. You can make a gift as small as $6 a month, and you can get a KEXP pin. We also have cool t-shirts and hoodies. One of the things I love is going out not only around Seattle, but around the world and seeing another person wearing a KEXP t-shirt or a KEXP hoodie. We also have KEXP masks now because of the pandemic, but it's a real connection that you have. This is an incredible community. And right now you can pick up a great thank you gift, a t-shirt or a mask or a KEXP hoodie. We've got all kinds of great stuff, and you can make gifts in any amount, and a gift as small as $10 would be appreciated. Want to give us $1,000? We will be sure to put every single dollar of that to good use, or $100 or as little as $6 a month, and just make it a monthly thing.
Yeah, and I want to thank a couple people who gave during those last couple of sets. An anonymous donor in Newport, Rhode Island, thank you. An anonymous donor in Helsinki, Finland, that's amazing, thank you. In Brooklyn, New York, in Cork, Ireland, in Knoxville, Tennessee, in Seattle, thank you so much to everybody who's giving so far. So we have a worldwide reach with these videos, right? So if you're watching these videos, we would love to hear from you as well. We want to shout you out during this live session as well. So give online at kexp.org and we'll give you a shout out. And Cheryl, I wanted to talk about that London Grammar session as well that you saw right before Bumba Stereo. It was so nice to see that segment of you getting quite emotional during that session. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I remember that like it was yesterday. That was 7 years ago. And I remember the full album wasn't out yet, and we just had a few early songs, and I wasn't even sure I was going to book them. You know, they were really young, and I'd only heard a couple of songs, but I was like, boy, I really like these songs, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a chance. It might not be good, and so I didn't know what to expect. But and they were so young, and they came in, they just had t-shirts and jeans on. It just sort of didn't match that beautiful angelic sound they had. You know, they looked like they just were out, taking a break from high school classes or something. And I was just sort of blown away. And the song ended and it was time for me to talk, and I just was literally speechless. I just had to catch my breath for a second. It was so beautiful. And so many people, I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people over the years have asked me about that session, and they are moved by how I was moved by it. And that really speaks to sort of what these are all about for us. I keep saying this over and over, I know, but it's all about the love of music. It's all about, wanting to share that music with other people that love music and, enrich your life through music and discovery. And so I felt like I had just discovered something. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Something incredible. And I couldn't believe that we were sharing this with people right now. And the band was so humble and so sweet. And but even 7 years later, I remember that I can put myself right there in that room and think about how I felt. And I mean, I know all of you watching today have had moments like that when you have seen a band live, when you've watched a live performance and you've just been like, I am witnessing something incredible right now. I mean, I almost just don't even have words for it. And it's our hope that we bring many of those experiences to you through these KEXP videos. That's what it's all about. That's what we're trying to do here. Create something special that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else.
Yeah, if you've ever had that emotional connection with one of these videos, make sure that resource is protected for you so that you can keep seeing that next session that brings you to tears or just blows your mind. You can give online at kexp.org/give. And thank you so much. I want to bring in our friends Chili and Albina, hosts of our Modern Latin Mix show, El Sonido. They are here to share some of their favorite videos with us. Hi!
Hi!
Hi! Hola!
Hola!
Welcome, friends.
I'm so happy to see you again.
Yeah.
Good. So happy to see you too. Albina, you're back in Seattle. We're so glad you are home now. So you two host the Modern Latin Mix show, El Sonido. Can you talk a little bit about the show and the impact that it has on the artists that you feature?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, El Sonido's been going now for almost 10 years, which is impossible for me to even comprehend. But yeah, coming up this May, it's going to be 10 years of El Sonido.
Wow.
So I guess when I started the show, I really wanted to do something different, not just have a traditional style show, which already exists, playing cumbias and things like that, or just strictly an urban show like reggaeton. And I wasn't sure how people were going to react to it, having hip hop, rock and roll, just pretty similar to KEXP, but with music from Latin American artists or music in Spanish. And the response has been amazing. It's really cool to work here at KEXP and expose people to new sounds. And so the listeners of the show are Spanish speakers or half Spanish speakers. And sometimes they don't speak Spanish at all, but are interested in music and checking out new scenes. Mm-hmm. And it's been going great. The show's been going, like I said, for 10 years, plus the podcast and all the great videos we've done. And now it's time kind of for the next generation. Albina's been helping with the show for a year or so now, and now is actually here in the person in Seattle, and we're co-hosting. So exactly. Albina's going to bring a different voice and more voices, and coming from Latin America and working in radio for a long time, a lot more to the table. we're going to hear a lot more sounds of music and connect to a lot more listeners.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you, William. Thank you, Cheryl and Morgan. I'm so happy to be here, really. I just moved from Argentina, it's my country, and I'm happy to join the KEXP family and working with all of you to curate more music, Latin music, and to try to add more music scene. When we were working with Chile a lot, to try to be more, like diverse with the music that we are playing. And that's why we want to bring not only the Latin sounds that historically the people think that Latin America has. I want to add like music that the Latin artists are playing right now, the new generation of female artists, the new generation of LGBTQ artists, the great trans artists that we have in South America, and also the great like side rock or crowd rock music that we have in South America. So yes, I'm ready and I'm so happy. Thanks so much, Cakes.
Yay.
I love that I can say to Albina, I would like to have some shoegaze music or some psych music from Latin America. And she's like, I'm on it. I'll find that for you.
Absolutely. So Cheryl, we're excited to...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Cheryl, we're excited to hear their picks.
Yes, we are.
What do you have for us?
Okay, we will start with the first three artists. We picked South American artists. When we are talking about the new generation, we have to talk about these bands like Combo Chimbita from Colombia, Boogarins from Brazil, and my favorite, personally, my favorite artist, Juana Molina from Argentina.
Yeah,
awesome.
Como Chimbita is a great example too of the fusions and evolution of what you'd think of Latin music or just music in general. They're all from Colombia, but didn't meet until they're in New York City. So they've got like traditional Colombian styles fused with folk and all sorts of other music coming from the city and beyond.
Yes, and Boogarins, for example, they are part of the great side rock music scene that you can find in South America. We have great crowd rock in the Patagonia from Argentina, my country, but also side rock in Brazil is really huge. And Boogarin is part of that. I had the privilege to watch them here when they record the song that we are going to enjoy today.
I love that song.
Yes, it's amazing. A year ago here, live on this studio.
And then we're going to end with Juana Molina, who's been live in our studios at least 2 or 3 times. She's a KEXP favorite, Seattle favorite, and worldwide favorite. And from Argentina.
From Argentina, exactly. She's like a key piece for us because as a female artist, as an independent artist, and also alternative artist, and it's amazing to see the great relationship that Juana Molina has with Seattle, with the Pacific Northwest, and with KEXP.
Amazing. Let's see that set now, starting with Combo Chimbita. It's KEXP-VISION.
Palabra que vino a mí, poder y claridad, sin conocer la verdad, yo la vi llegar. El que busca va a encontrar, así dice el refrán. Cuando los pasos te llevan, prepara a temblar. Y hoy siento que vibrando mi ser venía buscando palabra que vino a mi sola sin conocer la verdad. Yo la vi, yo la vi. Soy prepara mente, cuerpo y alma para yo poderte enseñar que los dioses hablan curándote de maldad que al hombre gobierna. Tus ojos ya están curados de toda enfermedad. Prende la luz y verás lo que oculto está bajo un cielo sin estrellas. Eres luna en tempestad y hoy siento que tú dices venía buscando palabra que vino a mi sola sin conocer la verdad. Yo la vi, 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 para mostrarme la verdad, la que yo no quería hallar. Yo soy luna en tempestad, solita yo la vi para mostrarme la verdad, la que yo no quería hallar. Yo soy luna en tempestad, sola, solita, sola, 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 yo la vi sola, sola.
Sabe quem é? Isso é sede que não vem da água, que me instiga da cabeça aos pés. É um tudo que chega do nada, três de todos só sabe quem é. Desconfio dos amigos, boto fé no fim da vida. Eu desconfio dos amigos, eu boto fé no fim da vida. Eu desconfio dos amigos, eu boto fé no fim da vida. Eu desconfio dos amigos, eu boto fé no fim. Isso você não quer ver. Existe deslumbre dos bobos, fajuto e grandioso. Isso já engane você.
Existe desgaste nervoso, bate na nojo. E se você não quer ver, existe sombra dos globos, fajuto e grandioso. Isso já engole você. Eu desconfio dos hábitos, boto fé no fim da vida. Eu desconfio dos hábitos, eu boto fé no fim da vida. Eu desconfio dos hábitos, eu boto fé no fim da vida. Eu desconfio dos hábitos, eu boto fé no fim da vida. Desconfio dos hábitos e eu boto fé no viver da vida. Eu desconfio dos hábitos e eu boto fé no viver da vida.
Hey, what's up? This is Dan from Operators in Wolf Parade, and I'm encouraging you to go to kexp.org/give to donate to this amazing radio station and this incredible resource that is in Seattle. I've played on KEXP many times, and every time it is just an incredible experience. I love the radio station, and I think it's an integral part of the independent music scene, not just in the Pacific Northwest, where I'm from, but in North America in general. Love KEXP. Go to kexp.org/give and donate. Right, buddy? Yeah.
Vamos, it's alive.
Quemará la ruda, preparará la poción. En noche de luna repetirá la oración. Linda luna que hay con tu luz, iluminas el brebaje. A ti te invoco, ayúdame a conseguir lo que he pedido. Se lo veo todo y se enamora.
It's KEXP Vision, our 2-day event bringing you some of the best of KEXP's live sessions and raising funds for KEXP. If you love KEXP's sessions, if you found a new favorite artist, if you've discovered some of your favorite music, or if it's just one of your favorite live performances at KEXP, give online to support that right now at kexp.org/give. I'm DJ Morgan, joined by Cheryl Waters, and we are also hanging out with the co-hosts of KEXP's Modern Latin Mix show, El Sonido, every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific time, Albina and Chili. Thank you so much for picking those amazing sessions.
Our pleasure.
We loved those.
It was really hard to pick.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm sure it was hard to pick. So again, you can give online at kexp.org. We just got a couple of anonymous donations from a couple folks in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for supporting KEXP and all of these live sessions. Chili and Albina, can you talk about the impact these sessions have on the Spanish-speaking bands? And that's actually one of our biggest audiences, right, is Central and South America. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I'll start by saying, like, in my travels for El Sonido and just in my life, whether I go to Colombia, to Mexico, Chile, people recognize me sometimes from some of the Latin artists. And when we talk about KEXP, you'd be so surprised how many people know about KEXP. And usually their door to KEXP is through the videos. They're like, oh, I watch the videos all the time. And then the next thing is they mention Cheryl. They're like either by name or like, oh, we love Cheryl, or they just say that lady from KEXP, that lady, we love her.
That lady, I love it.
We actually did see it a little when we went to Mexico, which we'll talk about in a bit. But no matter where I went, I was like, if Cheryl was here, they'd have to get like an escort or something because everyone is tuning in. And when I say that, it's not just to see artists from Latin America, which they do enjoy. People from all over the globe enjoy. But people from Latin America are tuning in to watch Bully, to watch all the sessions as well.
Exactly, yes. I started here on KEXP as a volunteer 2 years ago, but before that, KEXP is part of my life and part of one of my favorite memories with friends. I remember like hanging in Buenos Aires, Argentina with my friends, watching some KEXP sessions, and that's how I know about Cheryl Waters. Like Cheryl is our hero, in Argentina, for example. And also in Chile, I'm telling you about my personal story, but it's because it's an example about what KEXP does around the world. And we are speaking the same language. We are speaking about music. And this is exactly what we need to trust about someone who loves the music like us. And we don't need any visa or any papers or any language to speak about music. And that's why I think that is so important, KEXP, for all of us. I'm talking about Latin America because I'm from Latin America, but I think that is something that's happened around the world.
Yeah, that connection with wherever you are is so important, right, Cheryl?
It is. I know I walked into a bar once in London and was completely blown away because they had a massive screen up and they were just running KEXP videos
that's cool.
on it. It was amazing. I mean, I felt so proud. And then also I just got totally into watching them while I was hanging out there. I never get tired of them. And there's just hundreds and hundreds of videos. You can discover so much great music.
Yeah,
sure.
And you can give online at kexp.org/give to support all of that. A gift of any amount is amazing. Just you getting involved and letting us know that these videos are important to you, that it's a connection for you, especially during this time when we all have to hang out at home. Think about how many sessions you've watched that have kept you company, especially during this time. And to Albina's point, music is a shared language, right? We don't all have to speak the same language. We have that connection with each other through music. Just like Albina said, so well said, that you don't need a visa, you don't need to travel to be able to see bands from around the world speaking their own truths, their own stories on the KEXP YouTube channel. So if that's something that you value, I hope you'll support that right now at kexp.org/give. We'd love to thank you. We'd love to shout your name out if you want to let us know in the comments why you give or that you did. We'd love to say hello to you, so let us know. And there's lots of thank you gifts that you can pick up online as well. But a gift of any any amount. $6 a month is a really easy way to get involved. Go online to kexp.org/give. It takes just a couple of minutes, and it makes a huge impact for all of these artists that have this valuable resource of a live performance video to be able to connect with you and build audience for them so that they can keep being a band, especially when we make it out on the other side of this pandemic and they can keep playing music and touring, right?
Absolutely. And we're continuing to bring you live music during the pandemic as well. We're doing live on KEXP at home sessions, and it's just another way to keep the artist active, to keep live music into your life. And Morgan, you just said perfectly that you're not just supporting KEXP, you're not just benefiting yourself by being able to watch all these great live sessions, but you are supporting the artists as well. And we are digging deep, and we're finding new artists and providing a platform for artists to have their music heard that may not have many other outlets. And we're looking to discover artists early and help you discover those artists early, but you're supporting the artists as well when you make sure that this platform stays available for them.
So, Chili and Albina, you've picked a couple of more songs for us. Can you tell us about these next two videos, and then we'll say farewell to you for this afternoon?
Sure thing. And I just want to say something on the same note as what Cheryl was saying, is you're giving bands from Latin America a chance. You're giving bands that sing in Spanish a chance, and that's really cool. It's cool to see a rock band from Mexico on a station or a platform that's also playing favorites like Idols or Bullies, things like that. You're giving scenes a chance, and that's super important. And I've got a couple different things. We've got a couple different things for this next one. We're going to start off with someone from Mexico. So we do get Latin bands that come into Seattle when they tour, or sometimes have just come to Seattle just to do a KEXP live session, because it really helps get their music out there. But sometimes we do also travel. So we've been to Poland, to France, we've been to all over the world. And we do that so we can dig a little deeper into these scenes and learn some more music and get some bands on these live sessions that don't have a chance to come to Seattle or the Pacific Northwest. And I'm going to start with one of those. In March of 2019, seems like a decade ago now, we went to Mexico City with the mission of discovering some more Mexican music and getting some Mexican bands on the airwaves there. And we had picked out 16 bands, and we're going all week long. And then it was the night before the last day of the broadcast in Mexico City. And unfortunately, one of the bands canceled. So we're like, oh my goodness, we need another band. Let's schedule one right away. And we had a list of a bunch of other stuff that we had as alternates. And we're like, oh, let's do El Chirota. They're a little bit lesser known, and they're kind of hard rock, but they're really, really good. Our friend Erich from Mexico City was like, you got to check them out. We're like, oh, this is cool. Let's try them. And we called them the night before, and they're like, yes, of course, we'll come into KEXP. And even you'll see in the video, the drummer's kind of wearing like a nice white shirt. They had just done a wedding or something like that before, exactly. And they had to rush together to get their set.
That same day.
So he's all kind of dressed up in his wedding gear, the drummer, nice. You'll see. And it was last second, and they killed it. And they've been on KEXP another time, actually, and have become a KEXP band, not just a Latin rock band. So we're going to hear from El Chirota from Mexico. And then on the other side of the coin, we're going to hear something from Seattle, a cool artist named Guayaba. And I think this was recorded for the local show, Audio Oasis. And Guayaba is a great artist. She's of Dominican descent from here in the Pacific Northwest. And she's recently changed her sound up a little bit and name. Look for her now as X-Florist. But Guayaba combined Dominican flavors like some merengue and then English and Spanish language together and hip hop and electronics.
And something important is that Seattle and the Pacific Northwest has huge Latin music scenes. And we are talking about Guayaba, but also Terro Cactus from Seattle and Tres Leches and many others from Seattle, but also the Pacific Northwest, like La Bamba, for example. And this is something that I really love about this city, because we are the huge family, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well said. It was nice seeing you, Albina and Chili. Thank you so much for sharing your memories and sessions with us. And let's dig into this next set, starting with El Chirota here on KEXP-VISION.
Let's hear some rock music.
Ready?
Yes, right, honey.
Listos. 1, 2, 3 y...
sonoro, queriendo de tierra mexicana, cauda detrás las páginas donde debe seguir. Con maculizado de altísima velocidad, entre luz y lluvia, o algo similar. Así podrá ser descrito en cuarteto en Shioda emana. Comencé a ubicar por dos caras, dos trabajos o resultados finales y sonido de una masa sonora que podrá ser bien distinta o no, o bien dentro de su cráneo. Llame como quise, voz hardcore, psycho es un cualquier otra cosa. Definitivamente o Shioda no recomendado a Indie Kids.
honey, boo boo. It's your right, honey. It's your right.
Hey guys, it's Tom from Fontaines, DC. I'd like to say hello to everyone at KEXP and everyone who's listening in Seattle and around the world. When I think of our first experience in the KEXP live room, it brings me back to a really special time with the band. We were kind of this unsigned Irish band And John Richards had played one of our songs on his morning show, and we heard about this on Twitter, and we couldn't really believe it. We had to like listen back and make sure it was us and it wasn't a mistake. So yeah, we ended up getting in touch with KEXP, and we ended up flying over to do a session in like 2018, I think. And it was such a special time for us because we hadn't really done that much stuff outside of Ireland, and it was some of the lads' first time in America. So it was we stayed in Capitol Hill for a week, and we didn't really have that much to do other than do the KEXP session. So we were just kind of floating around Seattle and having a great time. So it brings me back to that moment in time, and I always really have a very special connection to Seattle because of that. So yeah, I'd like to say thanks to John Richards and Cheryl and Kevin for really taking a chance on new music and really putting themselves out there and taking risks on bands that, you know, people don't really know about. So that's such an important thing for music in general. And also thanks to Jim Beckman and Kevin Suggs for making all the KEXP sessions look and sound amazing. That really sets them apart from other sessions that you kind of do. So if you're wanting to donate to KEXP, which is a really important thing because it's a completely independent radio station, you can donate at kexp.org/give. Thanks, guys.
I light the altar candle, I wipe the surface clean, I draw a line across it. I'm wearing all my cowries, I'm wearing red and black. I will take on the legua, and I will not look back. I am the flower, the hothouse, I am the pitcher plant. I am that dark, fertile soil, nourishing in ways that others can't. Numero una vata, para poner a clavata. At the end of the day, catch me con elote sin mengonada. Una casa blanca con la basura negra. I ask of you a legua, I dance you in your honor, porque I am your daughter. Put me in your favor, guide me to the water, and I do what it do, cause I do what it do, and cause I do what I gotta. And I do it for me, I don't do it for you, I go por guayaba. And I gave you a chance, but you wasn't in para Santeria. But in the end, you wanted a Becky. You saw you una Maria. You wanted a pretty white house and a pretty white dog and a pretty white family. You on the neighborhood watching you watch you walk by, and you know you can't handle me. And you steal a glance for the chance just to take a second look at me. Got you calling your pastor and got you like asking you, dear, who on earth is she? I am that peace you'll never get. I'm down that path you didn't take. And I'm that one you dream about when you ask yourself if you're still awake. I light the altar candle, I wipe that surface clean. I draw a line across it to cut it in between. I'm wearing all my cowries, I'm wearing red and black. I will take on the legua, and I will not look back.
Mac DeMarco here in my garage, coming at you talking about KEXP, Seattle-based radio station. Always has been near and dear to my heart. Grew up, found out about a lot of bands that I still love today from their videos or programming. Always thought that room that everyone was playing in was rather big, but then when we wound up in it one day, it turned out to be quite small. The new room in the new KEXP building is quite big, but the original, quite small, quite deceiving. Anyway, you know, love KEXP, you should too. And I am Cheryl Waters' #1 fan. So hi, Cheryl. God bless you.
Welcome to KEXP. I'm Alia D'Alessandro. I'm a videographer that works here. And I'm also in a band called Tres Leches that got to play here. So I figured I'd give you a little tour and show you what it's like to come here as a band and do a session. You come in, you see some artwork, and then all the people who work here behind the scenes. You see all the bands that have played here before you, like Run the Jewels and Moses Sumney. Maybe you're like, oh, now I'm gonna do a session here, oh my goodness. But you get to get your bearings a little bit and come into the green room here. Maybe make yourself a coffee or a tea. Do your laundry if you're on the road. Practice your vocal warm-ups or take a shower. And maybe write your name on the wall. It only gets better from there as you gear up to go into the live room. So one of the first stops is this control room. And here you meet Kevin Suggs, the esteemed Kevin Suggs, who gets to make everything sound beautiful with this big board here. A lot of people say that his production sounds better than the album production, and I completely agree with that. That's why we asked him to make our own album, because his production is so good. Kevin Suggs, you're the best. And on the video side of things, this is where we control things doing a live session. And we have over 1 million subscribers, so YouTube sent us this gold plaque. But I know that there's over 2 million of you now, so thank you so much for your support. And that's also super intimidating as a smaller up and coming band coming in as you come into this live room. So you gotta get pumped coming in here. You know, the drummer, get on the drums, work it out. Maybe the bassist is here. DJ usually goes over there, and the singer is usually right here. But right now we are doing the KEXP-VISION drive. So this is kind of like a double behind the scenes where you get to see what's going on behind the scenes right now too. So let me show you one last thing. It's this dog. No, just kidding. Come back, Phil, I want that dog. So the last thing I'm gonna show you is the gathering space, which is, if you ever get a chance to come back here one day, we hope to see you. You get to go in and kind of see the bands in person, like at a venue. So it doubles as a coffee shop. La Marzocco. It's not open right now, but usually this is our community stage. And this is where you see a lot of bands rock out in person, and you can like say hi to them live, and you can like go and buy a record over at Light in the Attics, and it's just pretty incredible, and you get to see the DJs on the air behind you. So it's a really cool space to even just come and hang out or to come and see a live band. So thank you all so much for joining us for the KEXP-VISION drive. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, thanks, Alia. That's awesome. We love Alia. And she actually came into the room while she was giving that tour, so she broke the fourth wall. It freaked me out. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the tour of our building, of the various places that we host bands and have live performances. It's KEXP-VISION. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP, joined by the legendary Cheryl Waters. I'm sure you all already recognize her. And in that last set, you just heard some picks from Chile and Albina wrapping up. They host the Modern Latin Music Mix Show El Sonido every Monday from 7 to 10 p.m. on KEXP Pacific Time. And you can give online at kexp.org/give. We are raising the funds to keep all of these live performance videos going. So hope you'll make a gift. I want to thank a couple people, Cheryl, who just gave, which is very nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Stacy in Seattle just gave. Thank you, Stacy. Max in Van Nuys, California, thank you. And Jeff in Folsom, California, thank you all so much for your gifts. Cannot thank you enough. So coming up very, very soon, Cheryl, one of your favorite people is calling in to talk.
I'm so excited.
Stu McKenzie.
Wizard and the Lizard Wizard. I also want to thank Fontaines DC and Mac DeMarco for those wonderful, kind words. And we do so much love the artists here at KEXP. And it makes me so happy to know that they can feel that. And I said this earlier, but we just want to create a place where they can do their best work and also get a little rest from sometimes what can be a very grueling tour, driving from city to city, out here on the West Coast. It's not like the East Coast or sometimes European cities where those drives are short. They're long days, and we want the artists to feel rested and welcome here. And boy, when they hit the live airwaves, they create something super magical. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that it inspires you to make a gift today. You can go to kexp.org/give. Make a gift as small as $10 to support everything that you love, all the videos that you've watched and enjoyed, all the artists that you've discovered. Or if you want to give $6 a month, that's a great way to give an ongoing gift, again, for everything that you've discovered and loved and all the artists that have come into your lives and into your home. You can just go to kexp.org/give and give a little love to the artists and make sure KEXP can keep bringing them for you.
Yeah. And Cheryl Mack was saying that the old live room was very small. He said it looked deceiving, but it was very small. And our new room that we're sitting in right now is very large. So the KEXP live room has not always looked the same. There's been many different versions of the two spaces that we've been in, and KEXP video producer Justin Wilmore has put together a short history of the KEXP live room. So we're going to be playing that in just a second. And then after that, we're so excited. Our friend Joseph Arthur, who's been in studio a number of times as a solo artist and also a member of several bands, he has been kind enough to share a brand new song with us. So we're going to be playing that as well. So make sure to give right now at kexp.org/give. We'd love to thank you live. So make sure to get your name in there if you want Cheryl and I to thank you during our live broadcast here. And let's get right back to it since Stu is going to be calling in just a couple minutes. So here is what the KEXP live room has looked like over the years as made by KEXP video producer Justin Wilmore. It's KEXP Vision.
This is a story about two studios in Seattle, Washington. When KEXP started filming in studios in 2008, the room we used was a tiny old conference room with pale peach walls, bad lighting, and a leopard print couch in the corner. The air conditioning didn't work, and we only had one camera that we could jump in the middle of the room with. A photographer had thrown some Christmas lights on a wall, but the awful pale colors still bugged us, so we found ways to cover them up. Eventually, we bought enough black curtains and Christmas lights to cover all the walls. A lot happened in that little room. Like the time Les Savifaves found a power drill and started taking apart the studio. Or when Beats Antique brought in masks for the whole staff. And the time Colorado shot off a confetti cannon which plagued the studio for years afterwards. And the time we had peaches. We got more and better cameras to capture it all, and the black walls and sparkly lights became KEXP's look, until we said goodbye to the studio with one last band, took it all down, and moved into our new home.
And I know you've been hearing us talk about it all month long, but the very last band in our historic Dexter and Denny KEXP studios, and one of our favorite, Ride, is here with me live in studio today. Welcome, guys.
Hi. The new studio, while bigger and with functioning air conditioning, had an evolution of its own. It started as a black void. Then we added floor lights. Then it had a talk show curtain look. And now, finally, we have our new studio lights. Thanks to help from Microsoft, nearly 2,000 multicolored LED lights hang from the ceiling and pay homage to our old studio, which we still missed in certain ways. Today, when bands come to the KEXP live room, there's plenty of space to jump and run around and immerse yourself in the lights, which is just how we like it.
Hey everybody, Joseph Arthur here for KEXP. Please support KEXP. They help us all discover new wonderful music and have been such a vital part of the musical community for so long. Definitely helped me keep going through my career for many, many years, and I'm very grateful to them always being there and just endorsing and supporting the best, most creative and original new music. I constantly hear about people finding out about my music through KEXP, and I know I've discovered a lot of great new music through them. So please support and donate. They need your help. We need to support what we love, and I love KEXP. So that's that. support. This is a new song called The Movies I'm gonna play for y'all. Hope y'all are hanging in there. I can see right through it. Maybe it's not there at all. I wish I could hear you. I guess it's too late to call. And I could take you out dancing. We could find another dream. We could go to the movie and then jump up on the screen. I'll be Bogart, you'll be Bacall. We'll cast their shadows on a bedroom wall. So much left to see. I'll be Curtis, you'll be Monroe. Flashes will follow us wherever we go. So much left to see. I can see the light flashing through the moving film. Time is hard enough to capture, along with every little thrill. But I could take you out dancing. We could find another dream. We could go to the movies and then jump up on the screen. I'll be Bogart, you'll be Bacall. We'll cast their shadows on our bedroom wall. So much left to see. I'll be Curtis, you'll be Monroe. Flashes will follow us wherever we go. So much left to see. I'll be Gable, you'll be Lee. Gone with the wind, we'll never see. So much left to see. I'll be Bogart, you'll be Bacall. We'll cast their shadows on our bedroom wall. So much left to see. So much left to see. Thanks, everybody.
Hello! I'm DJ El Toro. You may remember me from such in-studio videos as The Magnetic Fields in the KEXP Men's Room and El Toro and Henry Rollins Meet Dinosaur Jr., Battle of the Mouth-Breathing Fanboys. No matter what side of the camera I'm on, KEXP in-studio performances enrich my life. They've introduced me to bands I've never heard before, allowed intimate glimpses at icons who may never play my town, and even led to enduring friendships around the world. Every one of those moments was made possible by music lovers like you. Thank you. Please consider supporting KEXP by making a donation at kexp.org/give. And if you haven't already, subscribe to KEXP on YouTube. I'll see you there.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard live on KEXP. Man, that was insane.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. It's such a treat to have you here today. We've been such longtime fans.
Oh, great. It's a treat to be here. Yeah. I've watched many YouTube performances in here. It's pretty weird to be here.
It's pretty exciting. I hope it's just the first of many visits for the band.
We are of Monsters and Men.
And that was one of many visits.
Yeah, it certainly was. You know, that session with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard was September 2nd, 2015. And I can honestly say my life has not been the same since then. That was the first time I ever saw them live.
Wow.
Was in that studio session. Of course, they played a show that night in Seattle, but that was before the show. And I had been a fan. That was their 5th album, and in only 2 years, which won't surprise you if you're a King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard
Usually
fan.
they put out 5 a year.
And I said that we'd been fans for a long time, but I think I was just overcome because I had only discovered them like a year prior, because their first album had only come out 2 years prior to that. And I could not believe how incredible that in-studio session was. I couldn't believe I was sitting in that room hearing that music that I was hearing, and I still feel that way when I go back and watch that video over and over and over. And now they've been to the station 5 times. Every single time they come through Seattle, they are so happy to stop at KEXP. And a lot of people think of KEXP and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard as being synonymous, and that's something that I couldn't be more proud of. One of my favorite bands in the world, and I discovered them through KEXP, and I'm just so happy that we have a place where we can showcase artists like that. I know that KEXP videos have turned people on to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I know that for a fact, that they have gained a big audience from people watching those sessions, and it brings me so much joy to know that we have had the privilege to help people discover a band like that. And it's just such an incredible opportunity that we have to be able to do that. And I am so excited that we have developed such a great relationship with the band that even though it's tomorrow in Melbourne, Australia, early in the morning, Stu McKenzie has been so kind to join us. Hi,
Yay!
Stu.
Hi,
How
Stu.
are you? Thank you
both?
so much. It's so great to have you here. We just played something from the session from the I'm in Your Mind Fuzz album, your very, very first visit to KEXP. Do you remember what it felt like to come into the station for that first time in 2015?
It was cool. It was kind of surreal because we had watched a lot of the sessions, the KEXP sessions, and when we got an invite to do that, we just thought, look, why are they inviting us? All right, sweet. Let's go have a play. And yeah, that was in the old studio, the kind of smaller old one that you had. But yeah, we just kind of came in and did our thing, and it's just been nice to have such a connection with the community there over in Seattle. And you guys rock. We're always so happy to be involved.
You've been in the new studio a number of times, but I'm so happy you had the opportunity to experience that old studio. We just had, right before you showed up and we showed that video, we had a little tour in the evolution of KEXP in the studios and the building of our new studio. And one of the things that we all remember so well is how hot that old studio was.
Oh my God, it was so
and we
hot.
just saw you all just powering through, sweating through that session. But it begun what has become a love affair for us in the band, and we feel so privileged to have been along on such an incredible journey, and we just feel like we're with you as huge fans step by step. But we know so many people, some of the most frequently asked questions are about our connection. You know, when people see me on the street or out and about, they're just like, King Gizzard and the Lizard. They'll just run up to me and yell, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I mean, what do you experience when you go out into the world? I mean, outside Seattle, do people talk to you about KEXP, talk about those videos?
They do. And we've had a lot of people hit us up, you know, to do like a vinyl pressing or something, or do a double LP of all of the KEXP sessions that we've done and things like that. I just think it is a kind of unique experience for fans because it's recorded so well. It always sounds amazing. It always looks amazing. And there isn't that many opportunities for people to see something of that kind of quality that feels so intimate and also real. It is a very special little thing that you guys have going. So, but yeah, we do get asked about it all the time. It's great. And I'm sorry that we missed one, really. Like we should have been there, on the tour that we've postponed. So we're already one down. So hopefully we can get back over and do another one soon.
Yeah, do a double one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's
Yeah.
we're just so honored that no matter how busy your schedules are, and of course you have become busier and busier playing bigger and bigger shows with every tour. And it's just so kind of you to always make time for KEXP. We hope that it is a very, very long relationship. We just can't wait to have you back in the studio. What have you been up to over the last couple of more than a couple of months now?
7
hasn't it
months.
been? Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a new record on the horizon.
Right. We have a new record on the horizon. We've been writing a lot in a new sort of way, sending recordings across the internet and stuff and working that way, which has been initially challenging, but more recently inspiring because you are forced to kind of work in a new way and songs are written that you wouldn't have written otherwise and stuff. So we're trying to keep busy. We're busy.
Well, we can't wait to have that new record featured here in this beautiful studio where Morgan and I are right now. And we'll let you get off to your breakfast now. We appreciate you calling in early in the morning for you, Melbourne. Stu.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Stu.
Thanks for all the support.
I love you, KEXP.
We love you back.
We love you too. Tell all the kids we say hi.
Yep. All right. See ya.
Bye.
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 Aw, it's nice to see friends.
It is nice to see friends calling in from all the way around the other side of the world, which reminds me that we have listeners and viewers of our videos all over the world. And don't you just love technology? And we're able to share all this great music, all these great videos with so many people. And we hope that you'll recognize us as an independent nonprofit organization who's doing this for the love of music and the love of discovery and the love of sharing. And we hope that you will support it. You can make a gift right now at kexp.org/give. Make a gift as little as $10, or if you want to make a monthly gift as little as $6 a month, you can get a little KEXP pin and has our logo on it. People will see you wearing it and say, KEXP, oh my gosh. But making a gift today can make a huge difference in us being able to continue to bring you videos of your next favorite artist. You can go to kexp.org/give and show lots of love for bands like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Think about the next King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that you're going to discover by watching these videos.
You'd be sponsoring it.
Exactly.
Yep, you can make a gift right now at kexp.org/give and make sure that you're helping support the next King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard in-studio performance and all of the in-studio performances that you have discovered on the KEXP YouTube channel. Thank you so much to an anonymous donor in Kendall, UK. I think we had a couple other people come through, an anonymous donor in Dublin, Ireland, which is very cool. Thank you so much. Jeff in Seattle just gave. Thank you. Supporting all of these artists and making sure that they have a platform to be heard, to make sure that they have an audience to build around the world, because as we know, it just gets more and more expensive to travel, especially traveling to a country outside of your home country. As a band, it's very expensive to get visas and travel. So being able to have this platform to build an audience so that when they can go tour, they have an audience already that you're so excited that they can come through your town because you discovered them on the KEXP YouTube channel. So you're really securing the future of these artists when you support KEXP. We are nonprofit, we are independent, and so it's very, very important that we get responses from all of you out there who love KEXP, because we cannot do any of this without your support. kexp.org/give. Thank you to Jennifer in Vineland, New Jersey. Thank you to Nicholas in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It's so cool to hear from people all around the world. Thank you so much. And speaking of going all around the world, KEXP has been to Iceland, to the Iceland Airwaves Festival, for the last decade, which is super cool. And we're so excited that we have our friend Kevin Cole joining us right now. Kevin!
Hey, Morgan.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Cheryl. How you doing?
How's it going? Good. How are you?
It's going great. It's great to be here to share some videos from Iceland and just champion our videos overall, which are so phenomenal and just a great way to experience music and to get such a cool, intimate inside glimpse into the creative process and what artists like Stu and King Gizzard are like.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kevin hosts Drive Time every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can listen at kexp.org or on the mobile apps or 90.3 FM if you're here in Seattle. Kevin's also a huge fan of Iceland, and I'd love to hear sort of the origin of how KEXP started going to Iceland and what bands came out of that very first year specifically. I'm curious.
Sure. So for me personally, my interest in Iceland was, I'd always been kind of fascinated by it, but I went there in 2005 for the summer solstice, just on a holiday to experience what being in the land of the midnight sun and being somewhere where it was light 24 hours a day was like. So that was just a great experience, and it's such a musical country and creative country. While I was there, I just ran into tons of musicians and artists. But at that same time, we had already been doing remote broadcasts from places like South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, or CMJ in New York City. So it was part of our mission to go to music-centric places in the world, well, in the U.S. at least up until that point, to really showcase bands and capture live performances from bands that wouldn't be able to make it to Seattle at any point in the near future. So after I went on the trip to Iceland, I started playing a lot of Icelandic music on my show, and the general counsel for Iceland and trade commissioner for Iceland in North America, Línar Guðjónsson, who is based out of New York, heard about that. We started talking, and I invited him to one of our CMJ broadcasts from New York City, and he just saw it, and he was like, we have to do this in Iceland. So it was with their support that we were able to do our first international broadcast in Iceland for Iceland Airwaves. And Iceland Airwaves is just an amazing festival that showcases not only Icelandic music and music from the Nordic countries, but also music from all over the world. So it's a really diverse and vibrant festival. It's also representative of the scene, which is incredibly vibrant. Iceland's only a country of 300,000 people, 200,000 of which live in Reykjavik, which has a real cosmopolitan vibe. But it's been remarkable through the work that we've done with Airwaves and the videos that we've captured. We've done, I think, like 300 sessions now over full performances, over 1,200 songs. They've garnered over 90 million views. Wow. So a country of 300,000 people having 90 million views of content originating from that country is deeply profound, and it's amazing. And one, it's sort of a testament to the interest in the music, and also the quality of the music coming out of that scene.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So you've picked 3 performances for this next set. Can you talk about the songs that you picked and the artists that you picked?
Sure. So in this next set, we're going to hear from Aurora. And that is from a 2018 Iceland Airwaves broadcast, so fairly recent. But we've got a track from Goose Goose. They were the very first band to play our very first live broadcast. They were amazing. They brought in a whole new sound system. We had not, we hadn't done an international broadcast before, so at that point in time, we hadn't really met many of the people, and we were working together, and there were all sorts of sound issues leading right up until the moment we hit the live switch. And they just sounded incredible, and it just brought us together, and I think bonded the working relationship that the KEXP crew has had with the KEX Hostel crew. Our home in Iceland has been KEX Hostel, which is just a weird coincidence that it's KEX,
yeah,
which means biscuit in Icelandic. So it's in an old biscuit factory. So we're going to hear the very first session we did as part of the live broadcast. But for the 2 years prior to going live, we sent a small crew. The first year, 2 people. The second year, 3. Jim and Scott and Matt to capture video. And the very first video we're going to watch right now is of Monsters and Men. And they were a brand new band. They were a new band And they didn't even have more than, I think, 4 songs, one of which was Little Talks. So the video we're going to see is of Monsters and Men captured in their apartment, playing this really intimate, stripped-down version of a brand new song, Baby Band. And this video went viral and ended up being in part responsible for of Monsters and Men being signed to a U.S. record label and ultimately just having incredible success internationally.
So cool. Let's see that now. This is of Monsters and Men's Little Talk live in Iceland on KEXP-VISION.
We are of Monsters and Men, and this is the song Little Talks.
1, 2, 3, go.
Hey! 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 I don't like walking around this old and empty house. So hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear. The stars creak as you sleep, it's keeping me awake. It's the house telling you to close your eyes. And some days I can't even trust myself. It's killing me to see you this way. As though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Hey! 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 There's an old voice in my head that's holding me back. Tell her that I miss our little talks. Soon it will be over and buried with our past. We used to play outside when we were young and full of life and full of. Some days I think that I'm wrong when I am right. Your mind is playing tricks on me, my dear. Just so the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Hey! Don't listen to a word I say. Hey! The screams all sound the same. Hey! So the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. You're gone, gone, gone away. I watched you disappear. All that's left is a ghost of you. Now we're torn, torn, torn apart. There's nothing we can do. Just let me go and meet again soon. Now wait, wait, wait for me. Please hang around. I'll see you when I fall asleep. Hey! Don't listen to a word I say. Hey! Screams all sound the same. Hey! Though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Don't listen to a word I say. Hey! Screams all sound the same. Hey! Though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore.
Hey guys, I'm Raki. This is Kitty from Of Monsters and Men. We're in Idenau in Iceland, where we've done a session with KEXP 8 years ago. We've done many more with them, both in America and Iceland, and we just love them. Please consider donating to them at kexp.org/give. Thank you.
told me I belong in a churchyard. He told me I could walk away, but I wouldn't get far. Tell me, how do people know what is hurt, what is love? He told me I belong in a churchyard. Words pointy like arrows, wounds no one can see. He closed all the windows as his anger broke free. I will not remember you as somebody else. Please, will you remember me and cry? Walk away, but I wouldn't get far. Tell me, how do people know what is hurt, what is love? He told me I belong in a churchyard. Winds followed him gently. Seeds in his heart, roots tearing the love in him apart. Walk away, but I wouldn't get far. Tell me, how do people know what is hurt, what is love? He told me I belong in a churchyard.
It's KEXP-VISION. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a 2-day event bringing you some of our favorite KEXP live sessions from over the years in our home studio and from around the world. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP, joined by my friends Cheryl Waters, host of the Midday Show, and I'm sure you recognize her face from a lot of videos here on the KEXP YouTube channel, and our friend Kevin Cole, host of Drive Time. I'm sure you've seen lots of his sessions that he hosted as well. And we're doing a feature on the Iceland Airwaves Festival. We've been to Iceland for a whole decade, Kevin, right?
Yeah, so we've the first trip we sent a crew was 2009. So 2009, 2010 were intimate sessions like the one we saw at the beginning of that set from Monsters and Men in their living room. And then in 2011, we started broadcasting live. That's where the Goose Goose session was. So for 9 years or 10 years, we have we've set up at Kex Hostel in Reykjavik, where you just saw Aurora performing at Churchyard. And the space there is really cool. It's really small and intimate and packed. And I think for that performance, Björk showed up and was ushered in right kind of in the front of the stage. But part of what's cool about the videos and being able to go to Iceland is we all get to watch these really intimate experiences, these one-of-a-kind experiences, like seeing Aurora, who is so unique, up close and personal. And also,
it's a fan favorite too. Lots of people love that session.
And these videos are just a great way to bring people together. You know, music's important. Music matters, and more so now than ever. Music brings us together. It unites us, and as the world's become increasingly polarized, music is a way to help us create a better world and a more peaceful, tolerant world, and to better understand ourselves and others. So the KEXP videos have just become such a great platform for music lovers, the KEXP music loving community all over the world, to have the shared experience of this beautifully produced content. Like the video audio production team at KEXP are amazing. I'm in awe of them. And then the curation the team does. Cheryl leads the booking of our in studios, and there's just so much great, compelling content. And again, it's a uniting experience. I personally love reading the comments for our videos and the dialogue that happens with listeners all over the world. And then when we do live events, like when we're at Iceland Airwaves, we do live video streaming. And so there's people from all over the world having a shared experience at the same time. And that's really powerful.
One of the things I love is when we started going to Iceland and bringing this music that wasn't getting out of the country to a worldwide audience, which is why we started going to Iceland, because a lot of people couldn't see this live music in their own countries or cities. But when we started bringing this music to people, they were getting more and more and more excited about music in Iceland. And we would run into more and more people at Iceland Airwaves when we would return, saying that they had come to Iceland just because of the videos that they had seen. And it was just so wonderful to see how excited people got about a culture and the music of that culture, and just seeing a beautiful country like Iceland because they were so inspired by the music that they had watched on these videos. And I love how KEXP and these videos can pull all of that together for people and create an even bigger cultural experience. And behind the scenes, when we were all watching that Goose Goose song together, someone said about one of the singers, wasn't her kid there? And someone else piped in and said all their kids were there. And that's been really fun to watch the Icelandic community and see how they operate. And you mentioned earlier that there are 300,000 people in Iceland, and I want to say, and like 275,000 of them are musicians, right? I mean, don't quote me on that, but it seems like everyone plays music there. And, we'll see an artist play a session for us, and then later they're back with their kids watching another session. And I love seeing the multi-generational aspect of it. And that is another wonderful thing about KEXP, is how we appeal to generations, from little babies and kids loving music that they see in these videos until your end of days. You can enjoy all of this, and there's something for everyone here. And the Icelandic sessions really make me think even more about the community that we've built, because we've gone to a country and been able to immerse ourselves in that culture and watch that community and bring that to our viewers as well through these videos.
And you can support that right now by giving online at kexp.org/give. We are raising funds to make sure that we can keep producing all of these videos, whether it's here in Seattle or out in Iceland, so that we can help you discover your new favorite artist. I want to thank a few people who gave during that last set, which is so awesome to see all of these people getting involved right now. We had an anonymous donation in Seattle. Chad in Mableton, Georgia, thank you so much. An anonymous donor in Fredericton, New Brunswick, thank you. Somebody in Snoqualmie, Washington just gave. Jeff in Santa Monica, California, thank you. Alessandro in Porto Alegre, Brazil, thank you so much. Adam in Ona, West Virginia. Somebody in Bellingham just gave. Somebody in Mexico City just gave. We're hearing from people all over the world. This is so cool. Thank you so much. You can give online right now at kexp.org/give and support all of these live performances, all of these amazing artists who get a platform because you made it possible for them to have these live performance videos, for you to discover them, for them to build an audience and then be able to tour and play festivals like Iceland Airwaves. And Kevin has chosen a few more that we want to get to right now. Kevin, what's in the next set?
So in the next set, we're going to hear from Mahmoud. And part of what's been cool, and Cheryl mentioned this, in terms of building relationships with the music scene in Iceland in particular, or anytime we travel, that's part of our goal, is to really connect and ideally become a part of that scene. So we get to work with bands over time. And since we've been in Iceland since 2009, we've been able to work with some artists like Solveig, who we're going to hear from next, but also artists like Mahmoud, who were really a baby band, or a Monsters of Men, who we saw, when they only had like 4 songs.
Just brand new.
So, yeah, in this next set, we're going to hear Mahmoud. But part of what's been cool about this partnership and relationship building is, we've been able to help artists travel the world. And part of our goal was to initially capture artists that wouldn't be able to make it to Seattle at any point in the future, but ultimately get them to Seattle so people here in the States and here in Seattle could see them live as well. So the session we're going to see from Mahmoud was actually from 2 years ago. And we recorded them back, I think, the first time we went to Iceland. We probably have 5 or 6 different performances from Mahmoud. But it's been really cool to watch them evolve. So we're gonna check out a session from 2018 here in our new home in the beautiful live performance room. Also, Kay Tempest is in the upcoming set, a remarkable poet and hip hop artist. Really powerful performance of Europe is Lost, and want to play a track from Soleil next. And part of what's been also really great about being able to travel, because of all the incredible support from listeners we're hearing from today and have heard from in the past to make the videos possible, is we've been able to capture really compelling, unique content. So there's a session from ADHD, this jazz, progressive jazz indie band that we captured in a church.
That's a great session.
Remarkable. Last time we were in Iceland, we recorded a choir in a cave, like 300 meters into the earth. That's amazing.
So cool.
And this next session is from Solveig. This is the first session she did. She was really young. This goes back to 2011. And this was in the back room in kind of an art gallery at Kex Hostel. And it's just a wonderful performance of the song I'll Drown. And if you haven't seen it yet, go back later as well and read all the comments, because they're really remarkable. And this video, I think, has something like 4 million views now.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
That's amazing. So this is Soleil, I'll Drown, here on KEXP Vision.
This garden is wonderful, but these waterfalls are tears come from him. He will fill this house. He takes my hand and whispers.
Hey everybody, my name is Oliver Arnolds and I am here to tell you to support KEXP. They have been so important to myself, but also my fellow Icelandic musicians who are all stuck with me here on this small island. And through the last 10 years or so, KEXP has been hugely important to bringing the word out about all this wonderful music that we have here in Iceland to the world. And let's help them keep doing that, because there's so much amazing things to discover. And I worked with them a lot, and each time it's always such a pleasure to come to their studio or to have them to my studio or even to my house once to record. And I really can't wait to do that again. So support KEXP. I know I will be doing that and can't wait to see you again.
Now, in the basement flat by the garages where the people dump their mattresses, Esther's in her kitchen making sandwiches. The slats on her blinds are all wonky and skewed. You can see the top of her head from the street before she moves out of view to kick her boots off tired feet. She wipes her forehead with her wrist. She's just back from a double shift. Esther's a carer, doing nights. Behind her, on the kitchen wall, is a black and white image of swallows in flight. Her eyes are sore, her muscles ache. She cracks a beer and swigs it. She holds it to her thirsty lips and necks it till it's finished. It's 4:18 a.m. again. Her brain is full from all she's done that day. She knows that she won't sleep a wink before the sun is on its way. Esther is worried about the world tonight. She's worried all the time. She don't know how she's supposed to put it from her mind. Europe is lost. America lost, London lost. Still we are clamoring victory. All that is meaningless rules, and we have learned nothing from history. The people are dead in their lifetimes, dazed in the shine of the streets. But look how the traffic's still moving, the system's too slick to stop working. Business is good and there's bands every night in the pubs. Man, it's 2-for-1 drinks in the clubs. Are we scrubbed up well, washed off the work and the stress? Now all we want some excess, better yet a night to remember that we'll soon forget. All of the blood that was bled for these cities to grow, all of the bodies that fell, the roots that were dug from this earth so these games could be played. I see it tonight in the stains on my hands. The buildings are screaming. Can't ask for help though, nobody knows me. Hostile, worried, lonely, moving our packs like these were the rights we were born to. Working and working so we can be all that we want, then dancing the drudgery off. But even the drugs have got boring. But sex is still good when you get it. To sleep, to dream, to keep the dream in reach. To eat your dream, now don't weep, don't scream. Just keep it in, keep sleeping in. But what am I gonna do to wake up? I feel the cost of it pushing my body, like I push my hands into pockets and softly I walk and I see it, this is all we deserve. The wrongs of our past have resurfaced despite all we did to vanquish the traces. Man, my very language is tainted with all that we stole. To replace it with this, I am quiet, feeling the onset of riot. Riots are tiny, man, systems are huge. Traffic keeps moving, proving there's nothing to do. Cause it's big business, baby, and its smile is hideous. Top-down violence, structural viciousness. Your kids are dosed up on prescriptions and sedatives. But don't worry about that, mate. Worry about the terrorists. I mean, the water level's rising, the water level's rising. The animals, the elephants, the polar bears are dying. Stop crying, stop buying. But what about the oil spill? Shh. No one likes a party pooping spoil sport. Massacres, 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 new shoes. Ghettoized children murdered in broad daylight by those employed to protect them. Live porn streamed to your preteen's bedroom. Glass ceiling, no headroom. Half a generation live beneath the breadline. Oh, but it's happy hour on the high street. Friday night at last, lads, my treat. All went fine till that kid got glassed and in the last bar place went nuts. You can ask our Lou, it was a madness, the road ran red, pure claret. Oh, and about them immigrants, I can't stand them. I mean, mostly I mind my own business. They're only coming over here to get rich. It's a sickness. England, England, patriotism. And you wonder why kids want to die for religion. It goes work all your life for a pittance. Maybe you'll make it to manager. Pray for a raise, cross the beige days off on your beach babe calendar. The anarchists are desperate for something to smash. Scandalous pictures of fashionable rappers in glamorous magazines. Who's dating who? Politico cash in an envelope. Caught sniffing lines off a prostitute's prosthetic tits. It was back to the House of Lords with slapped wrists. They abduct kids. They molest the heads of dead pigs. But him in the hoodie with a couple of spliffs, jail him. He's the criminal. It's the bored of it all generation. The product of product placement and manipulation. Shoot them up brutal, duty of care. Come on. New shoes, beautiful hair. Bullsh, saccharine ballads and selfies and selfies and selfies. Here's me outside the palace of me. Construct of self and psychosis, and meanwhile the people were dead in their droves and nobody noticed. No, wait, somebody noticed. I could tell by the emoji he posted. Sleep like a gloved hand covers our eyes. The lights are so nice and bright, so let's dream. Oh, but some of us are stuck like stones in the slipstream. What am I gonna do to wake up? We are lost, 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 we are lost. Are we lost? We are lost, 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 we are lost. We are lost, we are lost, and still nothing will stop, nothing pauses. We have ambitions and friendships and courtships to think of, divorces to drink off the thoughts of. The money, the oil, the planet is shaking and spoiled. Your life is a plaything, a garment to soil. The toil, I can't see it ending at all, only the end. Tell me, how is this something to cherish when the tribesmen are dead in their deserts? To make room for alien structures, develop, kill what you find if it threatens you. No trace of love in the hunt for the bigger buck. Here in the land where nobody gives a what am I gonna do to wake up?
Shoulders, it keeps the darkness fulfilled.
Nice. It's KEXP-VISION. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP, joined by Cheryl Waters and Kevin Cole. It is a 2-day event. We're bringing you some of our highlights from the last 10 years of live performances on KEXP, whether it's in our building, in our various live rooms over the past decade, or around the world. And joined by Cheryl Waters and our friend Kevin Cole. Hi. And we are raising funds for KEXP. You can give online right now at kexp.org/give, especially if you loved those last 2 sets curated by Kevin, highlighting some of our favorite performances, either of Icelandic artists or of artists performing at the Iceland Airwaves Festival. Kevin, what did we see in that last set?
So Mammut ending the set with a version of Salt recorded at our home here in Seattle in 2018. K-Tempest with Europe is Lost. That one going back to Iceland Airwaves at KEX Hostel in 2016. Chills. Oh, yeah. So powerful. And Sole, recorded at Gym and Tonic, the backroom kind of performance or art gallery at KEX Hostel. That was from 2011. And if you'd like those, all 3 of those artists have been on KEXP multiple times. And Mammut in particular, that was the most recent performance of theirs. But as I was mentioning before, it's cool to see how they've evolved over time. And they were so young and such a baby band early on. And that's one of the things that's one of the benefits of the videos of KEXP. If there's an artist that you like, that you love, you might be able to see a session from them over time and experience them as they've evolved. And it's cool. I just want to say, Morgan, Cheryl, thanks for having me. Let me pick some songs. Thanks to the crew here, and thanks to everybody who's donated to KEXP. You make all of these videos possible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Cool.
It was nice hanging
and
out
if you're
with you.
able,
We'll see you
we'd
again
love
soon.
to hear from you now. Let us know you want us to keep these live sessions coming. You can make a gift at kexp.org/give. Make a gift as little as $10. Or if you want to make a monthly gift, $6 a month, a great way to show your support for all this great live music. Get a little KEXP pin. You can show your love and support and pride empowering these videos on KEXP. A gift in any amount is appreciated. Thank you so much for watching our videos and supporting our videos. We want to thank our wonderful team here. We've got an incredible crew. Our entire staff works so hard to keep KEXP powering and supporting great music and making that discovery possible. We're going to continue to help you discover your next favorite artist for decades to come, we hope. And through your support, that helps assure that. Jim Beckman, Scott Holpinen, Justin Wilmore, Alia D'Alessandro, our incredible video team, the beautiful sessions that you see and the way they look is due to that wonderful team. And I want to thank them so much for making this wonderful day or these 2 days possible where we are talking about this and showcasing music of the last decade. Also want to thank Dashiell Schuler and Aaron Lightfoot for helping us out, and our guests Albina Cabrera, DJ Chili, and Kevin Cole. Thanks so much for joining us today. And of course, Stu McKenzie of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard joining us today all the way from Melbourne, Australia. And we loved all the messages we had from the artists. And of course, we want to thank all the artists whose videos we featured today, as well as the thousands of artists whose videos you can find archived on our YouTube page. Subscribe to KEXP's YouTube page so you can be sure to see all the new artists that are going to be coming that you'll help discover, and some of your old faves. Someone in the comments was asking if we're going to have Bright Eyes in studio. We're working on a live on KEXP at home session with them. So for that Bright Eyes fan, that'll be coming up in the coming months. And we're continuing to create live music and bring that into your lives even through this pandemic. And keep an eye out on our website at kexp.org. Go to kexp.org/give to support all this great live music. Thank you so much. And Morgan, I want to thank you so much. It's been so fun to do this. It was fun to watch you and Eva yesterday, and all the artists talking about the great video content and the quality of the video, and of course the audio. Much of the audio that you've seen today was engineered by Kevin Suggs, and we want to thank him for the excellent job that he does behind the scenes. We've got a great crew here at KEXP working hard to bring all this live music to you. So thank you so much for watching and for joining us today.
Yes, and for donating. Thank you so much to everybody who donated. today and yesterday. Want to thank one more person who just gave in Atlanta. Thank you so much. If you give in the next couple of minutes at kexp.org/give, if you give $6 a month, you still have a couple more minutes to get a limited edition, only available during this YouTube Drive KEXP pin. So if you wanted to grab that, this is your last chance to do that. And again, thank you so much. We had so much fun over these last couple days. I hope you enjoyed it too, and keep watching all of our KEXP YouTube sessions. Go online to kexp.org to find out more. Big love to Cheryl. We love Cheryl. And give online at kexp.org/give. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Alicia from Bully. I just wanted to take a minute to say how great KEXP is. It's our favorite tour stop if we're ever lucky enough to be able to play. It's so comfortable and everybody is so nice and supportive there. I remember when Bully first started, it was like such a big deal if we got KEXP or not, because it's just, they have such a big pull, and it's really one of the radio stations that provide the biggest platform for independent bands, for sure. We still have people coming out to this day saying that they heard us on KEXP. And yeah, it's really important. It's like a huge deal in the indie world. So please support KEXP. They're great, and it's a bunch of great people working there as well. So you are supporting a great company and very great people, and independent artists really need KEXP. So thanks, KEXP, for being so wonderful. Mwah.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.